And Mine Crypto here. I hope we're all having a wonderful day. Blimey, yesterday's video caused a bit of a stir. But anyhow, the title of the video is 100 Quant could earn you $56,000 per year. Stick with me on this. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor, and none of this is financial advice, and none of the information provided in this video should ever be seen as a signal to buy or to sell. But first and foremost, we look at the crypto bubbles, and as we can see, we're up a little bit to $106 and currently ranked at 58 with a market cap of 1.28 billion. 24-hour volume is still low at $16.5 million. We are currently down 0.9% in the hour, up 2.9% in the day, and up 3% in the week. But still, in the last 30 days, down 9.1%. And it seems like everybody's getting very frustrated with Quant's price. But again, remember, this is short-term thinking. Try and think the long-term where we're at. And that's what I'm going to try and do today for you. And it'll give you some reasons why I've decided that I will hold for as long as possible, waiting out some of these big news events that could come about in the next 12 months. But we'll have to wait and see. We have to be patient. There's so much going on with Quant at the moment, but we don't hear about it. And I think that's the biggest part of the frustration that most people have qualms with regards to the team not posting on Twitter. But again, it doesn't really bother me. I'm doing my research. I keep chasing up stuff. I read a lot with regards to the Quant network and what's actually going on. And I try and relay that to you. Now, yesterday, obviously, I said that, I'm going to be holding this throughout. And there are reasons why. Now, if, for instance, I saw a price that was absolutely phenomenal, then maybe I would get rid of some. But that's not my reason why I'm holding it. Like I said, I have other bags that are doing exceptionally well, which will cover my lack of profit taking on Quant maybe into the future. But as you know, I see big things for Quant. That's just my personal opinion. But people do get upset because that doesn't fit their narrative. Now, the other day I put out a question. If you could interview Gilbert Verdun, what questions would you ask him? And I'm not going to go through them all, but the most prominent question is, when gateways? And people are really interested in this, and rightly so, because this is a big utility with regards to Quant, because what we would see is a lot of tokens be staked, be put on those gateways, and will be out of circulation, actually then increasing the price. I see this from Quantfidential, and it sort of answered my question, and I've been saying this all along. He says here, once there's global legal clarity on utility tokens, Quant is going to release community gateways to further decentralize permissionless DLT access, ensure competitive pricing and enterprise grade availability, assuming that's what is preventing it from being released. He goes on, why? Simple. The routing algorithm has a token stake element. It would not work if gateway operators are not allowed to stake in certain jurisdictions. The treasury code is on GitHub, and Quant has been hosting permissionless gateways themselves since 2021. With that should come the open source DLT connector framework, where the community can add support for every public DLT out there. Imagine how much gateways of all kinds of DLTs, all staking Quant as collateral. Now, that is the question everybody's asking, when gateways, when gateways. And as I've said, it would bring a huge amount of price action with regards to Quant once this comes out. Now, a while back, I put a tweet together with regards to Quant staking, and this will give you a bit of a flavor as to what could come. So examples of passive income could be generated if and when Quant Network Gateway is introduced. Now, as we know, they are not open. Every text on Overledger passes through gateways, and those who operate them and stake their Quant are rewarded for each text the gateway processes, assuming 65% of all Quant tokens get staked. At current state, we have 14.881364 million tokens. So 65% of that would be 9.7 million tokens approximately. So assuming gateways pay 1/100th of a cent, so that would be 0.0001 cent per transaction. So assuming then Overledger processes 150 billion transactions per day, so 150 billion Overledger transaction per day times 0.0001 cent per transaction equals $15 million total transaction fees per day. So $15 million total transaction fees per day divided by 9.7 million staked Quant equals $1.54 per staked quant per day. Now, so I've put a sort of a speculative numbers here. So we can see below, if the assumptions that I've already talked about ever come to fruition, we would see 50 quant staked per day, you would receive $77 per day. That's $28,000 per year from your staked 50 quant. Now, if that's 100 quant, you'll see $154 per day, which is $56,000 plus. Then 150 quant, $231 per day, $84,000 per year. And then if you stake 200 quant, that would be $308 per day, equaling $112,000 per year passive. This is just to give you a flavor of what could come in the future. So a utility that could boost the quant network and boost the price as we see it. This is what I'm sort of waiting for. And I think many others in the community are waiting for the same thing, have been waiting for years for this to be announced. Many are getting frustrated. But for me, this is why essentially I will hold my quant, waiting for this utility to be released, to be announced at some point, because Gilbert has talked about it in the past as something that will happen. And to be fair, he's not reneged on anything that he's said so far. So we will have to be patient. Like with anything, I think there's a lot of people that are not patient, as from the messages that I get on Twitter and on YouTube. But again, it's just patience. And remember, none of this is financial advice. I am here to bring you the news and bring you ideas and talk about things that could possibly come in the future. So there you go, guys. Just a quick update, just to get your lips puckered, just to highlight what could be coming in the future for the Quant Network. But again, we have to be patient. All the best, and I'll catch you later.